Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video I'll be playing in the American Tier 10 Premium Medium Tank, the M60, a vehicle that received a very unique and, I have to say, fantastic looking legendary camo. I'm really hoping that Wargaming ends up giving PBR to the M60 fairly shortly, because, I'll be honest, it's not the most HD looking tank. In fact, if we take a look at its base camo, yeah, it's got a lot of pixels, and it would be nice if Wargaming did revamp this tank a little bit, but the new camo on the vehicle does look pretty nice. It's got kind of like a Gatling gun on the front, which actually looks sick. It's got missile launchers, I put the Eagle on it, and yeah, the camo actually looks pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's anything spectacular, and there's not nearly as much attention to detail as there is for, like, the TVP camo or, for example, the Caro camo, but I still think it's pretty cool for a tank that not many people even think too much about. Now, the M60 I've always considered just a slightly better M48 pattern. It features a better upper plate due to the fact that it's at a steeper angle. However, as a downside, obviously the lower plate is much weaker because it's not rounded like the M48 patterns. Another great thing about the M60 is that it features 20 millimeters more turret armor than the normal M48 pattern, and it's got better gun depression by 1 degree and better base dispersion. So it kind of does have a lot more going for it, but it's also a lot worse on the side armor because of the fact it's not nearly as angled as the M48 pattern. I still personally think the M60 is a better design due to the fact the gun's a bit better, but overall they're pretty dang similar. We can see that the enemy Object 777 has decided to go off towards A side, which is rather intriguing, but it looks like my E5 and Kron are also over here, so not awful. I'm not really sure what to do. Hopefully my E5 is going to help me, as I'm going to go right over here. Now, the M60 is not the most mobile tank, but it does feature a decent power to weight, which allows it to actually catch up to even faster mediums. So we got the E50M in the back end. Wow, that shell did not go where I wanted it to, even slightly. Okay, well, let's back on up here. We do feature pretty good mobility, especially on reverse speed, as we can see down this hill. Let's see if we can get a shell into the 777. There you go. Another nice shot. Just like that, the 777 is now down about 1,400 health. That's quite a bit. That's actually really good for us, because that's one less tank I'm going to have to deal with, at least for how much health the player has. So the 140 is off to the side. Let's see, the 140 is leaving and can't get a shell in, but that's fine. We're just going to drive on over this ridge, get another nice shell into that enemy Object 777. Let's put on my adrenaline, go for a shell into the 140 maybe. Come on, go over the rails. Bonk, there you go. Nice 360 slap. Okay, well, we're getting some decent damage out. All that's left is the 777 here, who, unfortunately, we were not able to get the clear on, but that's fine, as we are winning this battle right now. It is a 4-6. So you can very easily see where the M60's gun is quite nice, and it easily gets the job done. Now, this is not the best game to really deal a lot of damage, so I'm kind of hoping we can get a little bit more out before this game ends, use that good mobility to get into the front line. Our Vickers is going to try to farm some as well. The 183 died, which is actually, to be honest, kind of good, because that means I'll be able to get a little bit more damage out. So there you go, one nice shot into that, and then we're going to ram the Object 140 for a nice 315, and get a nice HE into the T110E5. So we were actually able to get a decent chunk of damage out here. Let's get one shell into the M60, and I don't think we got anything out with the ram, but that was just a really, really fast game. We probably did about 2,700 damage, which isn't bad. Wouldn't say it's incredible, but let's see. 2687. Well, that's only because we rammed that 140 for 315. One of the downsides of a vehicle like the M60 and M48 pattern is because they're quite large. It means that it's very easy to catch these tanks in the open. The upside is that you're quite a heavy medium. So when ramming a vehicle like that Object 140, or even some of the other lighter mediums, you can very easily get some decent damage on a ram. So that is something that I will say I like about the M60. Overall, it's It's a pretty fun tank. I can't say there's anything stand out amazing about the patents, because there usually isn't. The patents usually are very good at almost every role on the battlefield. For example, the M60 not only features 10 degrees of gun depression, it's got decent DPM, it's got okay dispersion and okay mobility while having good hull down capabilities. It's just kind of an all-round tank. It's like the STB-1, where the STB trades a bit of its overall brawling capabilities on flat ground and a bit of the DPM and accuracy for all of the hull down capabilities, where the patent still actually has really good DPM. Here we are in our second battle. This is on Middleburg, a pretty good map for the M60. Up against us, we have a Bosch Chatillon 25-ton, a Centurion 1. We also have another M60 up against us, so that makes 3 mediums. They also have a 4005, but I'm not too worried about that at all. IS-7, yo. Okay, well, I'm just going to go frontline and we'll see what we can do. We have an M48 Patton as a teammate. What I always find funny is that the Patton has PBR. Like, I don't know why Wargaming has given the M48 Patton PBR, but they haven't given the M60 it yet. It's still absolutely baffling. Now, it looks like our team is not going to help us at all. Yeah, they're all going down. So, this kind of looks like a disaster if I'm going to be completely real. But we'll see. We will indeed see. They have a tank in A. Let's drive up this hill really quick. Let's see if we can spot anybody. Hello? Interesting. Well, as of right now, there's not much going on. We do have the enemy M60, who we were able to slap a shell right into the lower plate on. Thank you. Okay, well, not too bad. The Bat Chat is not poking yet. E4 is playing quite aggressive. Okay, well, there's 3 tanks here as of right now, which is a decent chunk. Let's go for a shell into the E4's hatch. There you go. And he missed me, which is very good. Our Patton is still holding, and we can see that they do have a decent chunk of vehicles in town. Okay. Well, oh, I don't expect that player right there. Interesting. Well, they got 4 tanks up here. That means that essentially the M60 and I are holding 4 tanks. Or that, not the M60, the M48 Patton and I. Alright, let's go for another shell into this E4's track wheel. It's rather unfortunate that these aren't penning. Maybe this one will. There you go. We got 1 to penetrate his track wheel. I'll take it. Alright, let's back on up. Let's go for a shell into the M60. Let's track him in the process, which is very, very good. And now if he shows me his rear, well, I was going to say we can get a nice HE in, but looks like that's actually not going to be the case. Okay. Well, if I want to play this situation correctly, we're going to reverse. And something nice about this tank is it does actually feature pretty decent reverse, as you saw in the last game as well. We were able to finish off that enemy M60, and the E4 is making kind of a foolish decision, if you want my opinion, rushing me here, because we are not only able to catch him out in the open, but now we're just going to keep on playing Ring Around the Rosie with him here. Let's go for another shell. Oh, that was a bad shot for me, but we should have enough mobility to get to his rear. Even if we do end up dying, I just want to kind of kill this guy. All we have is the Centurion off to our side, so if we actually play this correctly, we should be able to finish off this guy and then stay back here. And then, well, let's see if we can get 1 shell into the Bat Chat. There you go. Not a bad shot at all. 420 damage. Thank you. And we're not dead yet. Let's go for another HE. Oh my rat. It rolled 520, which means we actually managed to kill the Bat Chat. So, as you can see, the M60 is a great tank. I mean, this was a fantastic battle to really illustrate where we very quickly should have died, but because of the fact I was able to use the great reverse speed, the fantastic DPM, and overall just great tanks capabilities, we easily came out with a victory, did 4,000 damage, and baited the enemy completely into getting nuked just by me alone. So I really like the M60. I would definitely say to wait for the camo to get cheaper, because it was, I think, 6,000 gold for me to purchase, and let's be real, it's not worth 6,000 gold. It's a cool camo, but it's just not worth 6,000 gold. Wait for the tank to get PBR. It'll probably get a cheaper price tag on the camo anyways, probably 3,000 gold in the future, so that's what I would personally suggest to do. But overall, this is the M60, a pretty sick tier 10 medium. Let me know what you guys think about the vehicle in the comments down below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.